Is social media bad?
I don't think so.
There's been like studies done where it's like doom scrolling and stuff like that can lead to depression. What do you think about that?
We obviously study this stuff pretty carefully. There's sort of the media part of social media, and there's the social part of social media. Friendships and good relationships is one of the things that correlates the most strongly with positive well-being and like feeling good about your life and all that. The media stuff, I mean, I think that's more entertaining.
People want to be entertained.
Our modern online environment is just an environment in which we live in a way that has pros and cons, like whether you live in a city or a rural place. We went from being primarily offline as a society to now like this kind of hybrid, kind of physical and digital reality. I think the overall effect is significant improvement, and I just don't see a way that people would want to like go back to not having services where they can get the content that they're interested in and where stuff is personalized to them and where they can communicate with the people who they want and don't need to like be constrained to just the people who are physically around them.
Technology is advancing so much faster. And we're in this space now where there's like one generation to the next, where one generation was completely grown up online and one hasn't.
Yeah.
The older generation probably sees it as like, man, this is so negative. Everybody's stuck.
If you look at the arc of history, the Industrial Revolution, some huge percent of the population was farmers. Then we basically got to the point where, okay, now we can start to produce food much more efficiently. Now maybe like 2% of people can be farmers and 98% of people can do other stuff. So now people start doing more kind of other creative stuff and inventing new things. I just think that that's going to continue to be the case with technology. We'll have more stuff that will make it so that the basic needs are taken care of, which will free people up to do some combination of more creative jobs and not have to work as hard if they don't want to. But I think some people are going to like working all the time, and you'll be able to do that too and get more done than you could have ever possibly done in the past. But that'll be sort of a choice.
How do you gauge if what your convictions are the best for everybody?
Just because I build something doesn't mean that people are going to use it. Actually, a lot of the things that I build, some of them work, some of them don't. And if we do something that doesn't work, then in general, people aren't going to use it. And then the future doesn't go in that direction. So
I see. So you're saying it's up to the user more.
If you build something, do people actually think it's good? Because like at some level, it's like I just believe that people are actually very smart and understand their lives very well. And if you're building something that is useful for them, then they will use it. And if you're building something that is not useful for them, then they have other options. They will do something else. It's always served me well to generally have faith in people and believe that people are smart and can make good decisions for themselves. And whenever we try to like adopt some sort of like attitude of, oh, we must know better than them, it's like we're the people building technology, that's when you lose. Right. And if you have that attitude for long enough, then you just like become a company and you lose and you lose and you lose, and then you're irrelevant. So I tend to just think that at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, I think people are smarter than a lot of people think, and I think ultimately drive the direction that society goes in.